So I'm using my body, yeah. I'm using my body. This is my interface. We can communicate directly. We don't need this. We don't need this at all. That's what we practice in stillness. Well, like, we don't need the voice to communicate. No, absolutely not. It's more distracting than anything. Especially when I try to do all kinds of things with my body too. In fact, it almost looks like confusing. Direct communication is immediate, is happening right now. You don't need a body for that. But up to the moment that you can do without, we use this body as a temporary learning device. It cannot do anything by itself, but I can move my hands, I can do things with it, I can speak with my mouth, and all this. It's like, yeah, that's the demonstration of the learning device. Now, I've used this to attack myself and others. I've used this to deny my true identity, thinking that I am this, but it's a learning device. I am not that. I'm not a learning device. No, I'm not this. So I've used this, even owning it, like it's my body doing, I'm doing what I want with it. I'm gonna go there. No, you should go there. No, I go there. I do what I want. And then it hurt too much. And then you discover, no, that's not it. It hurts too much. I cannot do this any longer. Now there has to be something else, because this isn't it. I've tried all the ways and it didn't work. Now I stop my body from moving around by my will and be still for a moment and see what happens. And I become still and I start to listen within instead of without. Now I use my body to give myself the impression that I'm resting and that I'm not doing anything. And I'm still so identified, but I'm now quieting down. I'm putting my body down in a lotus or in a Zen pose, and I'm breathing in a certain way. And there I go. I focus on my breath, because direct communication is still a bit like, scary to me. Now I go a little deeper. I have suddenly an experience that has nothing to do with this body at all. I call it a miracle. The body suddenly is absent in my awareness. It's gone. It's like, wow, what is this? Oh my God, I can't believe it. So here I undergo an experience that has nothing to do with the body. No, the body doesn't sit there. No, the body is gone for just that moment. It is not there. Neither is the world. The world is gone in that moment too. Now I come back. I wake up with I come out of my experience with an idea. That's what we said yesterday too. Is like an idea of, oh my God, I'm hungry. Now here's the fridge. It's full of cakes and I'm going to eat a cake. And yeah, so I use my body to even do that, to eat. That's interesting. Well, my sustenance is not in the food. The meat that I eat is the meat that I have is not of this world. I don't need my teeth to chew it. I don't need my body to digest it. See, all assumptions that you have used to make your body important, center point of your attention, all of this. And it's nothing. It's a learning device. So you learn. Now I have pain. It feels so much like, but where's this pain? I close my eyes. I'm looking for the pain. Where's the pain? I have excruciating pain. I have such intense pain, but where is it? Can I localize it? Where am I? Can I localize myself? Where am I? What is going on? Where am I? I can't find myself. I can't find the limitations of my body. I cannot find the edges of it. I don't even know where the pain is that I feel. I cannot localize it. It doesn't seem to be in a constant place at all. It shifts all over the place. It moves around. It is not static at all. Suddenly I go to it, to the intensity of it. And when I come closer to it and closer to it and go into it, I see that it's not pain at all. It is an intensity of energy that is like so right there. When I move through that, I see that literally it was just an imaginary dark cloud that I thought was within me, that I did something wrong or whatever it was that I thought. And I move through it and I see the light that's underneath it. And where's the pain then? It's gone. It's healed, it's gone. It's not there. It's literally not in the body. It literally cannot be in the body. The body cannot do that. I cannot hold anything. In my mind I can think it is in the body, sure. But when I go to it, when I close my eyes and go to the pain, I cannot localize it, because I cannot even localize myself. Literally there are no edges to my consciousness. It is not limited in any kind of way. So that is body as a learning device. So you discover, no, it's not in the body. That's what it will tell you. No, it's not in the body. Now I use my body for communication. I use it totally different. Not for myself anymore, to hurt myself or to enjoy myself, to look for pleasure or to look for pain, to look for whatever. Now my body is being used as a communicative device, totally dedicated to whatever I receive from Spirit. It's extended through me in what I speak, because I have no idea. Just an open mind to express what comes through, and totally trusting that what comes through. And you see the possibility of sharing, the recognition of, in fact, the confirmation that there's no other thing than the love of God, present here, present always, without exception. Nothing else is there. There is no opposite to the love of God. So this is what this body starts to remember, express. So all the cells of the body are in that same alignment, in that same frequency, functioning by themselves. They don't need any attention in that sense. So here a lot of things are happening, so that's why it's good to stand still with it. It's like you're in the right place. You don't have to feel different than you do. You don't have to have any kind of idea why you feel pain. You don't have to do that. The only thing that you can do is like giving that away, giving the pain away, or going straight to it and deeper into it, trying to release it, in fact. But not so much focusing on the pain as well as on your love for God, letting that deeply come into you, letting that deeply touch you, that you literally fall apart in the love of God. Then in that moment, your body transfigures, literally. It transfigures. So it's like there's a release. It's inevitable. Painted cakes satisfy hunger. Painted cakes satisfy hunger. The origin of need. Painted cakes satisfy hunger. An old saying says a painted cake can't satisfy hunger. Now you've been looking at that idea. Here it is. The painted cake is thus a traditional symbol of representations of reality, including the Buddhist representations of Xiangyang's books, as opposed to the real thing that is held to be the proper concern of Zen. So the painted cake is thus a traditional symbol of the representations of reality. And they go into it a little bit here. But Dogen, our Zen master here, our patriarch, but Dogen has a different view. The teachings of Buddhism are the real thing, and that's his visions. Like the representation of the cake is the real thing. The real things around us, the cakes, the humans, the mountains, the Buddhas, are all of them painted. Therefore, Dogen concludes at the end of his essay, only a painted cake can satisfy our hunger. For our hunger is also painted. Our satisfaction is also painted. Yeah, so great. It's all painted. Our so-called reality is painted too. Our bodies are painted. Our Buddhas, our mountains, our books are all painted. Yeah, this is like, to me this is delicious. This is a delicious cake, and with a great topping on it also. Like it has the topping of paradox, dilemma. Like, okay, here's your dilemma. Here's your trouble, so to speak. Like, now what? Everything is painted. This is painted. Is this a reality? Well, it's a painted reality. You believe it's real. Is this body reality? No, well, it's painted reality. Are my needs reality? No, well, it's painted reality. Yeah? This comes back. It's really great, like really great. It's right in the middle of the paradox. Is any of this real? All of this is painted. So is it real? Well, if you have a need, it will be just as painted as the satisfaction of it. Painted is, of course, not true, but now what? So I love this as a koan because it puts you to work. Like it places you right in the middle of a paradox. It places you in your biggest dilemma. Seemingly you seem to be in two worlds. And this is like Joel Goldsmith even has a whole list of tapes like between two worlds. It's not that there are two worlds, but you believe there are. So there's a painted world and there seems to be a real world. But the painted world is very much real. Otherwise you wouldn't be listening to this. Yeah, so that's really great. Now, this inspired me to make a thing. This inspired me to write a koan too. Painted cakes. Okay, here we are. As long as you experience yourself as you have a hunger that needs to be satisfied. You have to complete your forgiveness. You have to recognize your salvation. You have to solve your problems. You have to deal with guilt. You have to suffer pain. You have to heal. You have to wake up. You have to. When you see yourself as a painted cake and recognize your hunger for it is painted too, forgiving actions are evaporated. Salvation bursts like a bubble. Solution solves the problem. Guilt melted, pain crumbled, sickness an empty place. Sleep was painted, and so were your have-tos. The end of you starts at the beginning of you. In the spot where they come together, they never existed. So yeah, indeed, that blows your mind. So the end of you, we're talking about the end of you, starts at the beginning of you. In the spot where they come together, the beginning and the end, they never existed. Any questions? Okay, so I made some music for it too, and some kind of funny comic video. I will show that to you in a minute. But first I want to bring in some Bible. Can you imagine? It's like bring in some Bible, Revelations even, because there's something going on here that I would love to share with you. So, Revelations 21:6. And he said to me, "It is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end." Where's the place that I find myself? "I will give you the fountain of the water of life freely to him who thirsts. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end." And what did we just say? In the spot where the beginning of you and the end of you come together, they never existed. But that's exactly the spot where I am. That what had a start of you, and that what ends you, where that comes together, it never was. It was just memory and it's over and gone. Now here, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give of the fountain of the water of life freely to him who thirsts. God is not, this is from the word text, God is not a stranger to his own sons, and his sons are not strangers to each other. Knowledge precedes both perception and time. Knowledge. Knowledge is not understanding, is not something that you do with your mind. Knowledge is a state of being. So knowledge precedes both perception and time. It precedes it. It was already there. And will also ultimately replace or correct perception and time. This is the real meaning of the biblical account of God as Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. See, this is great. So really beautiful that even in the Zen koan that we read, it is already hidden. It's like there's an what did we say in the beginning? The origin of need. Like the need is literally, any need you can have is already satisfied. So it's like that's the beginning and the end too. It's like you have a need or it is already fulfilled. And no, you cannot have a need. Like in totality, everything is total. That's why your love for God should be total. In order to be communicating with what totality, your love should be total. God's love is already total. And now your love is total for God, then there's communication. There's total recognition. Now this is what we practice, of course. It's like you practice that. Now here I said a couple of things in the poetry that came up for me to share. It's like you see a couple of things happening. It's like you have your have tos. I have to forgive. I have to do this. I feel pain in I feel this, I feel that. I have to do that. So as long as there's a self-identity, as long as there's a thing that has ideas about itself, like a human being, like you in your description of yourself, if you still cherish ideas about yourself, then that is what the pain is. Literally in the moment that you release it, and the pain is gone, the whatever is gone, the body is gone, the world is gone. It is just up to this point, like this is your invitation to really go for that. Don't believe me. Try yourself. It's like literally the world does not exist in that moment that you release your self-definitions. Now this is the part of your mind that can be totally open, so it doesn't need ideas in order to function. You think that it's the end of you when you would release all that you define yourself as. But that's not the case. Like what is what is created is what you are. That will still be like that. In your humanhood, you never got in touch with it, simply because you had ideas about yourself. So this is why a total commitment to this, to truth, like let your dedication be total, is not an invitation to become a Zen Buddhist monk or something and isolate yourself somewhere in the mountains. No, it's a recognition that literally it is the easy way for you. If you try to combine two so-called worlds together, it's really difficult, because totality doesn't recognize anything else. Same for you, you don't recognize anything else either. It is, and this you recognize very well, it's like it takes so much effort to literally divert from your center and step into time and try to make it work in time. It's so much work and it's so painful, because you don't have to do that. I pick up one idea, I find myself in time, I find myself in fear, I find myself in guilt, I find myself in pain, I find on and on and on and on. I stay right here. Like, no, you stay right here. So the total dedication, in fact, like I'm continuously aligned with God. I'm continuously aligned with God. That is the easy way. When I forget, I come back. I ask for help. Yeah, I start my day again. Like Rules of Decision, chapter 30. Rules for Decision. I want to have a happy day. And happy day, I don't know how to do that, but it can be given to me. So all of this comes back continuously. And well, this is our, say, Zen practice. Stay centered right here. Don't go anywhere with your thoughts. Don't entertain any ideas. Don't mind wander. Don't be concerned. Don't judge. Don't condemn. It's like the whole thing is that you literally invest outside yourself, and that will come back to you. Okay, so this is what I really wanted to share, because I think it's a beautiful discovery to share. So that really was given today. Now.